everybody, it's Camille Martin with Love to Lose, where I teach you how to love your life and lose the weight. I remember when I was training for my first marathon, I would be on these long runs, sometimes as much as 20 or 22 miles. And the only thing that kept me going on a long run like that was the thought of what was waiting for me at the end of it, which was a burrito big enough for 3 people. It was loaded with beans, rice, tofu, cheese, salsa, guacamole, sour cream, the works, anything yummy that I could think of. And I also downed probably a whole bowl of cheese dip by myself, and of course, a few cold beers. Well, the point of me running marathons had nothing to do with losing weight, and it's a good thing that it didn't, because I never did. And the reason I did not lose weight on my marathon training schedule, even though I was running an insane amount of miles, was not because of what I was eating. It was because of the mindset that I had while I was training. And that mindset was, I could eat whatever I wanted. I could reward myself for working out so hard. And then I knew that I could also eat whatever I wanted to because I was gonna go out and do another killer long run. So I had this mindset, this checks and balances mindset that was working against me, even though I didn't really realize it. So in my video today, I want to talk about that mindset and how you may be doing the exact same thing I was, even though you're probably not training for a marathon. And if you are, that's amazing. But how this mindset keeps you stuck right at the same weight. And I also want to give you 8 really good tips for being consistent with a workout routine and enjoying it while you do. So first, let's talk about why this mindset is problematic, the checks and balances mindset. I like to call it the gas tank version of nutrition, where you fill up on food and then you burn it off by working out. Or you were so good today working out that you get to eat whatever you want. So you're looking at food as a reward rather than as fuel, and you're looking at exercise as a way to compensate or burn off calories that you've consumed. So 2 things happen when you have this mindset. Number 1, your workouts are a chore because all you're doing is trying to counterbalance all of the damage that you did by eating. And not only that, when you're using food as a reward to just fill yourself back up and you can eat whatever you want, are you going to choose the healthiest options? No, you are not. So what I want you to look at, the scenario, I want you to look at it differently, and here's how I want you to change things. I want you to think of food not as a reward, obviously, or something to fill up on, but it's fuel. It's fuel for your body to perform whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. And I want you to look at exercise not as burning off, but as strengthening and making yourself stronger and sharper and more focused. And I hate to break it to you, but you could have a totally kick-ass workout and only burn about 300 calories, and you could just eat that right back on with a couple of cookies. And so when you're thinking about food this way, the gas tank version of nutrition, that's what makes it so miserable, is that it's really hard when you have this mindset to actually burn off the amount of calories that you have consumed when you rewarded yourself. So let's now talk about 8 really great tips that you can put into practice today that, once you're working on this mindset and changing it, will also help you be more consistent with your workouts and make them something that you love to do rather than something that you love to hate to do. Tip number 1 is to pick something you like. This sounds really obvious, but I've done it so many times where I have signed up for a class at some boutique workout gym that all my friends were going to, and I signed up and I went and they raved about it and I hated it. And you are much better off rather than dropping $200 on a Pilates class that you can't stand and signing up for some crazy membership. You're better off doing something simple like taking your dog for a walk around the block and committing to that, something that's easier, that you actually really enjoy, and then sticking with it for the long haul. That being said, you do need to mix it up every once in a while, and that is tip number 2. Mix it up. You will get sick of your workouts. And just as an example, I've been doing my Peloton, which I love so much. But I got really tired of the instructor-led rides. And so I decided to mix it up a little bit, put on my headphones with my own music and do a scenic ride. And I'm loving it now. So make sure that you mix it up. Find something that you love, but don't get yourself in a rut. Just a few tiny tweaks to what you're doing that you love so much is all it takes just to get you back into that newness that will help keep it fun and fresh. Tip number 3 is to add free weights. If you're already lifting some kind of weight, that's great and you don't need this tip. But if you don't, I highly recommend that you add free weights to your routine. You get such quick results. It's like such a boost because you can start with a small amount of weight and quickly build up, and it's such a great feeling to get that win. Also, muscle mass. Muscle burns more energy than fat does. Not that you want to think about it like that, but skeletal muscle is more metabolically active than fat is. So the more muscle you build, the more calories and more energy you are actually burning. So try some free weights, start light, and build from there. Tip number 4 is to make a killer playlist. This is my favorite one because literally when I am not in the mood to work out, and that happens a lot more than I'd like to admit, all I have to do is put on my headphones and play a song that just completely amps me up and I'm ready to go. So the two things really, if you're not feeling it, put on your workout clothes and put on a song and bam, you will get it done 99.9% of the time. So find a playlist that makes you come alive. I love techno music. Most people don't. I love some good hard rock or some 80s, but whatever it is that fires you up and gets you excited, take some time today and create a list of, maybe 10 songs on a great playlist that you can go back to that will get you excited and get you in the mood for your workout. Tip number 5 is to get in the zone. And what I mean by that is you want to try to get to a point where you are completely zoned out and thinking about something completely different than your workout, where you are going off in the distance in your mind and you're literally transporting yourself somewhere else. And the thing about getting in the zone is that it's really hard to get in the zone when you are going 90-0 balls to the wall. So it's easier to get into the zone when you are going more slowly and you stay with it longer. So that's good news. You don't have to kill yourself at a workout. Take it easy, get started with your killer playlist, and then take it down to about 80% of effort and try to just let yourself zone out and then stay with it longer. It helps you be more consistent with your workouts when you know that you're not going to have to go in there and kill yourself. And then the longer you stay with it in the individual workouts, plus the longer you stay with it over time, obviously brings big results. Tip number 6, get some new workout gear. Oh my God, you guys, I just did this in my workout drawer. I had a jog bra in there probably from 5 years ago and some yoga pants that needed to be ditched at least last year. I had to go to Lululemon and get all new stuff, and you don't have to be that extreme. I just wanted to because I was sick of it. But get some new workout gear. It's so energizing to go buy something fun that makes you feel good, that fits for one thing, but it makes you feel like you're showing up for your workout and that you care. And if your running shoes are old and worn out, go get a new pair. You don't have to break the bank and do anything crazy, but just buying one piece of equipment, one new pair of shoes or one jog bra, whatever it is, can re-energize you and get you excited about your workouts. Tip number 7, visualize the future you while you're working out. Think about what you want to become, what you envision yourself being, not just the way that you look, but the way you want your life to be. Imagine it in great detail. And besides, that doesn't just get you closer to where you want to be, it also helps you get in the zone in your workouts and makes them go by faster. As much detail as you can, get it in there, visualize the future you over and over again, and eventually you will become that person. Tip number 8, and this is sort of not really a tip, it's just something for you to know. You are capable of far more than you think you are. Case in point, I recently, I'm ashamed to say, was only able to do 30 girl push-ups. And I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna set a goal for myself that is way beyond what I think I could actually accomplish. And so I decided, you know what, I'm gonna do 100 push-ups. And let me tell you, those were the ugliest push-ups that you have ever seen, but I did them. And I didn't care how long it took me, but I actually made it through 100 girl push-ups. Some of you might be out there saying, are you the biggest wuss? You might be able to do that with your eyes closed, but I wasn't. So I just want you to know you're capable of more than you think you are. And I've heard it said that we're really only exercising or working out at 40% of our true capacity. So try to push yourself a little bit farther than you think you can go, and you will definitely surprise yourself. You know, exercise isn't about burning calories or making yourself smaller. It's about energizing yourself and getting stronger. And always remember that internal changes are what bring you outer results. So if you want to lose weight and you want to stick with your exercise routine, you have to change your mind first. Then put these 8 tips into practice, and that will help you take the work out of working out, and you'll get to your goal a whole lot faster. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would love it if you would share it with a friend, and make sure to head over to my website at CamilleMartinRD.com and get signed up for my weekly newsletter where I give you tips, inspiration, and motivation for your weight loss journey. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you here next time on Love to Lose.